most common question I get asked is, what is my home worth? And that's a great question given that the market that we're in has been going up for quite some time now. Well, as you as a homeowner, what resources do you have to find out what those values are? Well, probably the internet, right? Well, let's find out how great of a resources those websites are, and could it really be costing you money if you're in a position that you want to sell your home and use those values. So let's find out just how good they are.
Now, with that objective in mind, I decided to go out on the internet and locate options or resources that a consumer could use to get a value for their property. After a few minutes of searching, I was able to locate 5 websites: Zillow, Redfin, ForSaleByOwner.com, Homes, and Realtor.com. I created a matrix to capture the information so that I could illustrate it to you, and that way you could see what these websites had shown for value. And each property that I used, I pulled from the MLS that had sold in the last 10 days, so I knew the exact value of which the home had sold, and now I was going to compare it to what these sites had. After I entered the address into each site, that site would then produce a number. Now, what I found was very interesting is that these sites never asked for anything such as the property condition, upgrades, or remodeling, or any possible downgrade considerations such as a condition of maintenance that had not been done. That was, to me, very interesting. Not only that, but what properties or comps have been used. I had no idea. I was totally at the mercy of this program or website to determine that for me. Now look at the matrix in front of you. This shows a very clear breakout of everything. And what I found is that on this particular search results are as follows. Now I want you to look at this matrix and notice that there's black numbers and red numbers. The red numbers represent values less than the sold value on the MLS. And with that in mind, that says that 52% of the values used by these companies are wrong. And as a net result would be a loss to a homeowner by roughly $17,000 to use those numbers within the matrix. So why would somebody use this? Well, because they don't have any other choice, or do they? Maybe this is the time to consider a professional that could give you some accurate numbers in order to sell your home or to get the real value of your home. Okay, so now we know the wrong way to calculate a home's value. I'm going to show you how to do it the right way. First thing to know is that all the properties that will be used in this comparison have sold on the MLS, which means all the data and information is accurate and not flawed like most of the other websites. I've seen the homes on these sites so that I know that they are sold and they're accurate and the data is unflawed. Then I'll personally go visit the property, do a walkthrough, make sure I totally understand what the home is about, and have a great idea of what its real current condition is so I can make an accurate assessment of its value. Once I've logged on to the MLS, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 1 mile radius search from the subject property. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select homes that are similar in style. This is important because styles of a home can make a difference in the value. After that, I'll choose homes that are relatively close in the year, not more than, say, 5 years apart. Too many years apart makes a big difference in the actual value. And then the home has to be of similar size because that also impacts the value of the properties. Another big issue you need to do is avoid areas that are close to businesses, major roads, railroad tracks, and other places like that because people don't pay top dollar for those locations. And then I'm going to plug all those properties in and find out what value is to be expected based upon those parameters. Then, once that's done, I will use those homes in my own personal developed matrix of which I'll find out if there's any outliers or properties that might skew the data one way or the other. After I've done that, then I can feel for a surety that the value that I've determined is accurate and is close to possible as the real value of the home at this time, as compared to other methods that are used that aren't, as we've seen in the matrix from those other websites.
Well, now looking at that data, you can certainly see that these websites don't offer you the best value. And the best source is a real estate agent using the MLS. But here's 4 more important key factors to consider when valuing your home. 1, what is the current market conditions in your area? How are you going to know what they are? A local professional can tell you whether the trend's up, down, or whatever. But leverage that to your benefit. Another condition is negotiations. Say you're getting 20 to 30 offers like we are. We know how to best position you as a homeowner to get as much value out of your home as possible. The next one is low appraisals. If you come in a little bit lower than expected, how are you going to protect yourself against the low appraisal? I'll tell you, we'll give the comps to the appraiser and they're going to get the price that we have set it at. And finally, improvements. If you're considering improvements to your home, what things can you do to improve the home to maximize your value? I'll tell you, because the buyers tell us what they're looking for, and that way you're going to benefit from a seller. So with all this information, I hope you can now see the importance of getting with a real estate professional, getting the right numbers so that you as a homeowner can get the most out of your home in our current market conditions. With that being said, this is Jeff with eXp Realty, wishing you a great day.